Hindsight is always 2020. These are 3 things that I would tell my pregnant self if I could go back in time not to do. And I might have a bonus one at the end as well. So the first thing is that I would not worry about other people's opinions about my baby or my pregnancy. It is so easy when you don't know any better because you've never gone through this to lend your ears out to everybody around you and get as much info as you can or as much advice, and sometimes just pure unsolicited advice. But the more you listen to people, the more it causes confusion and anxiety because you are already doubting a lot of the things that you thought about pregnancy or about babies. And now that you're actually going through this and you realize it's a very different experience that you might have had in your mind, now you're doubting yourself for many other things as well, and just for any reason. And now these people are telling you sometimes contradicting things, or they are telling you you have to have this. They scare you. They tell you their birth stories that you did not want to hear because it is scaring the living crap out of you. Or they are telling you about their most amazing birth stories, and you know that that is not going to be your reality, and it makes you feel like you are less of a woman. And you know, it was easy for me to tell other moms when they were pregnant, don't worry about people's opinions, when I was never pregnant before. When it hit me, I forgot all about it, and you just constantly worry about, is the baby okay? Is the pregnancy going fine? Am I doing everything right? And now people are saying so much, in family and friends, and you kind of want to listen to them because you don't know who else to ask. And they scare you and they make you think, oh, you know what, I should be doing this, I shouldn't do this. You're going to worry. That's kind of a given, but try not to worry about things that don't matter. And you won't know until your baby is born what is going to work for your family. So the best you can do is to just nod and say thank you and work really hard to remove the personal feelings from it and see, is there something valuable out of that advice? Can I take it? Okay. The rest I discard and I just don't think about it anymore. Thank you for the advice. Move on. The second thing is that I wouldn't compare myself to other moms. And I know this is the obvious one. I think the last one is probably the most important one, but I'm going to get to that in a moment. But as much as you tell yourself or you tell your friends, no man, don't compare yourself to other pregnant women. Everybody's pregnancy is very different. It's easier said than done, especially if you always thought that you're going to have a pregnancy in a certain way. Maybe my hair's going to be a little bit thicker, or maybe I'll gain a little bit of extra weight, and then suddenly reality hits and you get pregnancy nose. Your nose swells up to this size, your feet swell, your ankles go from little small ankles to cankles. And it's so easy to look at another woman and feel envious because her ankles are fine, she didn't gain any weight. She probably finds something that she can envy about you. You never know what other people are going through. There's always something that you are going to have that is nice about the pregnancy that someone else is not going to have. You have a lot of adjustments when you are pregnant. The fact that your body changes in so many ways already can make some people feel a little bit less confident or more, self-conscious about the way your body changes compared to someone else. It's out of your control. The more you worry and you compare yourself, the worse you might be feeling and the less you're going to enjoy your pregnancy. And that is also a big reason why I have a little bit of an extra add-on here, is to try and be very careful about the social media accounts that you follow when you are pregnant. They can really influence your mental state in pregnancy and when your baby is born. If it's a very healthy approach to pregnancy and realistic, everybody's pregnant in a different way, let's talk about the newborn challenges, and it's more of a realistic take on life, those are better accounts to follow. I unfollowed a couple of people when my girls were born purely because of this, when I realized a couple of weeks in only that my feelings at that point in time and feeling like a really crappy mom was not actually me. It was because of the content that I was consuming. For one example, this lady, she was a celebrity in South Africa. It was her second baby, and at 5 p.m. she would go live on Instagram with a workout for moms, ladies or women, but obviously she was postpartum. And every day she went live at 5 p.m. and I saw these videos of her doing burpees and jumping jacks and whatever else. I felt absolutely horrible because I'm recovering from a C-section. She was recovering from a vaginal birth. So obviously our recovery journeys were different. But she was a celebrity. She had someone looking after her kids at 5 p.m. And I don't know who was cooking. Maybe she was cooking, or maybe she had an order in or an easy meal that she was planning. But for me, 5 p.m. was the worst time in human history that you start doing exercises with two small kids. I had no one to look after them. No one was making any food here. There was no pre-made meals ready. I was just in the middle of witching hour trying to survive, and she made me feel so much worse about myself, so I unfollowed her. The last one, not prioritizing your baby. Now, it sounds simple when I say that, because your first thought is, of course I'm going to prioritize my baby. Why wouldn't I? Yes, but you don't always realize if you don't prioritize it. And the one thing that will often make you not prioritize your baby's health and your own health is your work. We are so scared that our boss or our colleagues are going to say something if you take a sick day. Ugh, you know, that one, she's off again. A pregnancy is not an illness. Why is she constantly sick or off? If you ignore it and it's something serious, they're not feeling the consequences. You are. And I'll make it personal again. I had really strong Braxton Hicks contractions at about 31 weeks. I went into the hospital, they checked it out, they said it's fine, but just, take things easy. And I got the steroid injection to just be prepared in case my babies wanted to come early. That was over a holiday. A week later, I started back at work. After my leave, I was saving up all of my leave to take it when the babies were born, so I didn't take any leave during that time. I just went straight back to work, but I was huge. I was having a twin pregnancy. I felt horrible, but I was pushing because, I'm too scared to take sick leave, and I don't want to waste my normal leave, and I'm scared my boss is going to think badly of me, or, even my colleagues might think badly of me. So what did I do? I ended up driving in every day to work, carry on working. No one else was in the office. And at 33 weeks, just after 33 weeks, my water broke. And yes, twins do come early, but I am pretty sure if I had stayed at home and I'd taken it a little bit easier and not drive up and down stairs the whole day, at work, because I was sitting the whole day, I came home with legs swollen like this. Whereas at home, I would have been able to lie down, elevate my legs, and take a little bit of the physical strain off my body. I didn't do that because I was too scared. Everything turned out fine. But it doesn't always happen that way. So if you are in that position where you are getting a little bit scared of the consequences of something like, work, it is real. It's a very difficult position to be in. And I can't tell you that you have to take off because your reality is maybe different. But what I want to say that I would have told myself that time is, don't let other people make you not prioritize your kids. If you actually have to make a really important decision between your kids' health and it's serious and something else, it can be work, it can be many other things, you are your baby's lifeline. The longer they stay in, the better for them. And if you can, and if it's possible, make that decision to keep them safe, because you don't always get a redo. And then my bonus tip that I mentioned, you are so excited when you fall pregnant and you want to get all the big stuff, and then you think, okay, you know what, I'm prepared. Babies don't need much in the first couple of weeks or months, and you thinking that you have to kit out the entire nursery before they arrive causes maybe unnecessary stress, but maybe you like it. For me personally, I would have toned down the buying of everything because I was so worried that they are going to run out of prams and thermometers and nursery decor and cots. I mean, it's a ridiculous thought, but pregnancy brain really, it does affect you. And I wanted to make sure that everything was ready, and then I didn't use the nursery for the first 6 or 7 months because they were in the room with us. Sometimes you can't help yourself, you want to buy something cute, but just know that I wouldn't, if I have to give myself advice again, I wouldn't go overboard, and I would just stick to the basics. And if you want to know what these baby essentials are that I would get, have a look at this video right here.